I've been ignoring this folder of receipts for like 12 months. Let's see if AI can sort it out in less than an hour. If you run a small business like I do, you're wasting time and wasting money on this. I could pay a bookkeeper to do this stuff, but I don't think I have to give a bookkeeper a shoebox of receipts and have them go through and read and date each one. I think we can do better. Let's use AI to solve this problem. The first thing we're going to need to do is move all this shit. We're going to have to take photos of it eventually, right? So let's just... Bye. Okay, now we have a giant mess. Let's just push all this shit over here. Right. Now I have a big floor pile of receipts.
And spoiler alert, by the end of this video, you're going to discover that it cost me $1.15 to solve this problem. Okay, here we are. We're on my computer and we're going to take care of these fucking receipts. I buy a lot of fuel in my business. I spend a lot of time going from place to place because I fly airplanes. So when you fly airplanes, you need to meet them at an airport, which is really annoying. Can we have our flying cars yet? Anyway, I buy a lot of fuel. I get a lot of receipts. I need some way to categorize those receipts and get them into Xero, which is my accounting software. So what we're going to do is we're going to prompt the AI and get it to solve our problem. So I'm using Claude up here in the top right-hand corner. This is Claude Cowork. Right, I just signed up, just went to Anthropic, signed up for Claude, got Cowork. You use Opus 4.6 because it's pretty smart. It knows what we want to do. Okay, so I've got to give it an outcome.
Okay, essentially I said, I run an aviation training business and I collect a lot of receipts, mostly from fuel, and these pile up on my desk, at which point I put them in a folder and don't do anything with them. Help me solve this problem. The end state is I want the receipts categorized and entered into Xero under the right account code and stored for future reference. You research and recommend the best way to deal with these receipts in the lowest touch manner possible. I want to see the receipt precisely once. Make it easy for me, please.
I don't worry about the spelling mistakes. It knows what to do. Death by paper cuts, literally. Okay, it's going to research the best options. Okay, what do we got? Your answer is Dext, formerly Receipt Bank. Here's why it wins for your see it once requirement. Snap a photo on your phone. Dext reads it, auto-categorize it, pushes it straight to Xero under the right account code. Never touch it again.
So it gave me an answer called Dext, which used to be Receipt Bank, and it says it'll read it and auto-categorize it, but it requires supplier rules. So you have to set up each one of your suppliers. Now that doesn't work for me because I have like several hundred different service stations that I visit to get fuel, gas stations, you know. So I said, no, that's not going to work for me. I want something that's... I said, how can we use AI smarts to categorize the receipts? I want it lower touch. Like all I do is snap a photo of the receipt and the rest is done for me. And then it said, fair criticism, setting up 100 rules defeats the purpose. Let me dig into what's actually AI first right now. And it came back with 3 options. It said Receipt AI, Receipter AI, which definitely sounds like the same thing, and Claude Vision plus Zapier. So I looked at those options. I thought, yeah, I could use an app off the shelf, but I've already got Claude and I've already got Zapier, so I'm going to use the Claude Vision plus Zapier option that it recommends here. So I just said, let's do option 3, and away we go.
Landscape is moved. 3 approaches. Receipt AI. I don't want another product. Receipter AI, another product. Nah. Claude Vision and Zapier. Ooh, this looks better. Snap photo. Zapier sends it to Claude's Vision API. Claude reads the receipt, figures out the category from context. Push it to Xero. Write the categorization logic and plain. What's this doing? Refresh. Write the categorization and plain logic. Okay, I want you to yeah, that's the easy answer. Receipt AI. Receipt AI. And Jira QuickBooks works on Xero. Yeah,
that's an easy way to do it. Let's do it the slightly harder way. Let's use Claude Vision and Zapier. I want to build this myself. Okay, let's do option 3. Finish this. Don't know why that hung. Don't know. Okay, whatever. Zapier's already done. Okay, yeah, I mean this would be cool, but it's pulling something off the shelf. I don't want to pull something off the shelf. I want to build something with AI. Send AI categorizes and done. Yeah, I can see the advantage in that. Okay, Claude's come back. How do you want to capture receipts? This determines the trigger. Phone photo, email, no. Phone photo, Google Drive, yeah. Dedicated app, preferably. What are your main expense categories? Aviation fuel, and general business expenses. So it's asking categorizing. It's asking pointed questions. Do you already have Zapier or Make.com? I've got a Zapier account. So Zapier is this cool app that allows you to connect one thing to another. So let me show you. Wicked. Oh, maybe I just got to go to Zapier.com. Because that's the MCP, so that'd be like the API or the way of AI agents accessing it, whereas we're accessing it from the human front end. Okay, what's it got? Zapier ready, it's working it out. If you're wondering what I'm doing over here, I'm talking to my OpenClaw agent because he's been offline for a week because I was in Alice Springs flying. So I'm telling him off because he was offline. So at this point, I noticed it was doing a formatted guide in Word for me, and I didn't want a formatted guide. I want an actual workflow that works. So if I ask it for a workflow, I might actually get what I want. So we shall see if it works. Hey, here we go. Here's the whole thing. 4 things to set up, then you never have to think about it again. Genius Scan Ultra, connect it to Google Drive, turn auto export to a folder. Okay, that's what we like. Anthropic API key. Okay, go to console. All right, first thing I'm going to do is pick up my phone and install it. Okay, here we go. So it said get Genius Scan Ultra. Genius Scan. Genius Sign. Genius Scan Enterprise. $80. You're going to be joking. Genius Scan Ultra. Not available in my country. You know this. So at this point, I was pretty sure that Genius Scan Ultra wasn't going to work, and I wasn't going to pay $80 for an app that is essentially a photo taking app. That's ridiculous. So I told it, hang on, it's not available in my country. And then it comes up with, oh, Google Drive's actually got its own scanning document, its own scanning app. So you don't even need a secondary app. Sometimes you got to push these models to get a better result. Okay, let's try that. Drive. Create a folder. We'll call it receipts. Inbox. Create. Interesting. Okay, looking good so far. Keep. put 3 in there. What is this giant thing? God knows. Okay, it's fast. I'm liking that. Okay, we're liking that a lot. First, so far, you want it to be a JPEG or a PDF. You can only do PDFs. Right, upload. Okay, cool. Now what do we do? We got rid of that Anthropic API key. Go to console. Oh, we can get rid of the phone now. We did that. Okay, so console.anthropic.com. Buy credits. I'll pause this for a sec. Okay, we're back. We just bought $5 in credits on Claude console API key. Create API key. Cool. I'm going to create a new key. Yes. We want to make this Zapier. I'll pause this because the keys are supposed to be secret. Okay, created that. Right. Anthropic API key. Generated an API key. That's done. Xero account codes. I've got fuel. Yep, I've got those accounts. Right. Use the Zapier Zap. Build a Zap with these steps in order. Google Drive, new file and folder, your receipts inbox folder. Okay. So I was going to create the Zap myself, but at this point I had an idea. I thought, I've got an AI sitting in front of me who can prompt another AI. Why don't I just have it create a prompt? And then while I was writing the prompt to get it to give me a prompt, I said to myself, well, why don't I have Claude do it? Because Claude has access to my browser. So I punched in a command saying, hey, you've got access to my browser. Why don't you create it? And you write the Zap for me. So let's see how that goes. Sometimes when you update a prompt, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to paste that prompt in again. You have to be direct with it. You create the workflow. Come on. Cool. It's doing things. So it's doing things in the background. So I'm just going to bring that tab up. I want to see what it's up to. This is where it gets really cool. It's just doing it. Oh, cool. It's going to use its own prompt that it wrote. Yeah, let's see if this works. So it wrote a prompt. It used its own prompt. And it's going to build immediately. It doesn't want it to ask for approval for each action. It just wants to do it. I'm going to log into Xero in another tab. Again, I'll pause. Okay, I opened up my chart of accounts on the left-hand side here, and I want it to update the stuff for me. It's the wrong account. It's an old company. That's the right company. Okay, there we go. Let's got my chart of accounts open. So I didn't want to update my chart of accounts, manually update the answers to its questions from my chart of accounts. So I just punched my PDF, my chart of accounts out to a PDF, dragged it and dropped it into Claude and said, hey, here you go. You update it from my chart of accounts. Seemed like a faster way to do it. Zapier is upgraded. Go. It's a good example here. I use ChatGPT for questions, like general sort of questions, and then I use Claude to actually do things. And then my next thing I'm working on is I'm going to use OpenClaw to do things. I've got it doing some stuff, but I've sort of been playing with it. Now I think it's time to use it properly. So that'll be the next thing we go through. Okay, here it goes. So while I've been looking at ChatGPT, it's been doing its thing. Adding the steps. Oh, wicked. ChatGPT's timed out. Okay, Cool. Sign into Google Drive. Look at Zapier. Yes, you can see all my email accounts. I trust you not to abuse it. Doesn't matter. AI reads my emails anyway. Well, by the time this comes out, AI will read my emails. Sign into Claude. Oh yeah, I'll just pause this because I've got that. Back again. Did that work? Yes, it did. Sign into Xero. Continue to Xero. Oh, it's already connected. Make sure the bills are going to Command Aviation. Not Michael Pullman. Look at that, it wrote the prompt as well. You're an expert receipt and response categorization assistant. Your task is to analyze receipt images, extract relevant financial data, and categorize the expense appropriately. Cool. I said Command Aviation. It knows that actually that organization is on the command flight. Excellent. Okay, you need me to open that, you need me to copy that. You need me to go here, Command A, Control V. For Xero organization, scroll down to step 4. Okay, so continue that. Scroll down to step 4, create bill. Yeah, Command Aviation, okay, that's correct. Verify. Okay, where are we up to? We are working, it's creating. So we've got two ARs working with each other here. We've got Copilot in Zapier working with Claude, or Claude working, operating Copilot in Zapier. That's pretty cool. Okay, where do we get to? Let's have a look. Finish the steps. It's working. It's on step 5. That's I'll spare you from my inane commentary of me moving folders around, but essentially I got a receipts processed and a receipts inbox folder set up inside my Google Drive so that I can process receipts and just scan them straight into the receipts inbox folder. Pretty exciting. Okay, so now what do you want me to do? Billing and usage, we finished that. File ID. Okay, so Google Drive info needs folder selection. We did that. One last thing for you to do, click the folder drop down in step 5, visible on the right panel. So okay, receipts processed. Once that's done, you can test the whole Zap end to end and publish it. Okay, selected. One thing to note, there may be multiple receipts in one PDF like this. Let's grab that receipt that we had, download it, and give it like this, like the attached. There it goes. Dump that in there so it can see it. How should, will this change anything? cool. All right, so it's updating it because if there's multiple receipts in one file, like we took a photo of 4 receipts in one hit there, it's going to update. Cool, this is going to fix it. Where are we at? 43 minutes. So I would have spent, here, let me show you. Let me show you what I did, what I would have done. So receipts. Yeah, check this out. Tax deduction receipts. This is what I would have done. Keyed all these in manually, and it used to annoy the crap out of me. I probably spent, I spent hours and hours and hours. You can see 25, 26, 24, 25, like hours and hours and hours putting this stuff in. And if I gave it to a bookkeeper, that would take, what, multiple hours for them to enter that by the time they got coffee and read some emails and talk and stuff. Okay, Copilot's doing its thing. Okay, 2 things left before we're live. Update the system prompt in step 2. Why can't you do step 1? You get access to that file, you get access to the browser. What's the problem? There we go, got a draft page up. Okay, Claude's going to do it. Claude's doing it, cool. Now, does this sometimes it compacts the conversation? I think I understand what it's doing there. It compacts it so that there's less memory usage, maybe on the local machine or maybe on the server, I'm not sure. Okay, while it's doing that, I'm going to scan a few more receipts into this thing. So open Google Drive and I open receipts inbox and I'll be right back. I'm going to search, I'm going to snap some more receipts. Okay, there's another 5. Upload in a folder. Hey, another note. I want these in Xero as approved bills so they can be automatically matched to account transactions. Okay, what did it say? It said, step 2, I'm on the configure tab now with the old prompt. Let me find. Okay, so I think it's done. Okay, coming on 50 minutes now. I'm thinking that this problem better be solved pretty soon. Cool, it's done that. The other thing I've tried is this bills inbox, and you send it to the bills inbox and it goes into draft, and then you have to, it'll individually approve each draft, which is super annoying. So that doesn't work. Yes, you test it. So it's the same. Zaps looks solid. Do you want to do a test run? Yes, I want you to do it. Okay, so it's executing the steps. Found a file in Google Drive. Sent the message to Anthropic. Running hasn't been run yet. Waiting. Code, step 3, code by Zapier. Waiting. Step 2 is where it analyzes. This code by Zapier had an error. You had an error. Cool. All right, it's going to debug it. Okay, Claude, we're coming up on 54 minutes here. You better hurry up. All right, what are your issues? You're going to fix that? Cool, it's fixing it. At this point, I decided to give it a hint. It was going to pass the URL for the file to Anthropic rather than the actual file. So I said, no, pass the actual file to the API so that the file gets scanned rather than just the URL. Sometimes you got to keep an eye on what they're doing, give them a bit of a hint. 59 minutes. Come on, Claude. We need a successful test to make sure this is going to work. I don't do it. You do it. It's probably a bit slower because I ask Claude to do the stuff all the time, but Whatever. I'm working on like 3 things at once normally, so. Okay, so 4 receipts extracted perfectly. United 1000. Screen protector. United Adelaide Airport. Hey, how good's that? Okay, come on, Claude. We're an hour and 7. I thought you could do it in less than an hour. We must be getting close. Come on. I can tell you guys think I know what that JavaScript says. I have no idea what that JavaScript says. Return line items array. I mean, I know an array is like a table. I don't care, as long as it works. Okay, deleted all that JavaScript out of there. There it goes. It's got its own thing. Raw equals raw.replace. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it matters as long as it works. Okay, it's compacting. I'll pause this, BRB. And we're back. And it just finished compacting. Ooh, it minimized itself. And scroll to the bottom. Claude wants to use Google Chrome. Oh, I wish you could just always allow. Oh my God, look at that. Line items vendor, line items date, GST total. Oh, damn, that's cool. Yeah, $2.26. That's cool. Like I said, I don't know what loops from Zapier are, but looping by Zapier, but it does. We're looking good. What are we up to? An hour and 12? Come on, Claude. An hour and 15 now. I'm bored. Hurry up. I'm very thankful for what you've done so far, but also I think it might be overcomplicating it a bit. Step 3 to output separate arrays for each field, then reconfigure step 4 to loop over all of them. Whatever, I don't care, as long as it works. Ooh, look at that, fancy. Interesting, Claude showing emotion. It said, ugh, it just inserted 3 vendors token 3 times. And the keys is V instead of vendor. This is mess. Let me clear this and start fresh. So I think it actually got frustrated. It changed its approach and changed its approach and changed its approach again and then got frustrated. Isn't that interesting? Or it's exhibiting signs of what we would, as humans, call frustration. I have to imagine there's an easier way to do this than what we're doing right now. This seems long and complicated. If you know an easier way, tell me. You can see the time in the top right corner. I can't cheat this. We're an hour and 34 minutes now. Let's see if we can get it done. I genuinely don't know if this is actually going to work or if it's going to spectacularly fail. We'll see. I just keep reminding myself that this is the worst that the AI tools are ever going to be. This is the worst they'll be right now, is as bad as they'll be. They will get better. Okay, so it's creating this test loop. I don't know what this test loop actually does or what this loop does, but it seems to know what it's doing. to throw out a curveball here. I also want you to attach the PDF to the bill in Xero. Ooh, that'll give it a headache. Okay, so while it's compacting, I'm just going to add some stuff in here that I know it's going to need. Let's see how it goes once it's finished compacting. Okay, we're at 1:50 now to automate a 15-minute task at the end of each month. 15, 30, 45, 60, so every 4 months I save an hour. So at the moment, if it's 2 hours, I'm up to 8 months of work. The ROI's not there yet. Okay, so we have accounts mapped. All the line items are mapped. Everything checks out. Step 6 configuration. Time to test. So it's going to hit continue. And it'll test it. Sending a bill to Xero. So a bill was sent to Xero. It worked. A bill was sent to Xero about 0 seconds ago. Ha! No joke. That's fine. So it just says, do you want me to go ahead and publish it as is, or the move file redundancy is harmless, it'll just throw non-fatal errors. So what it'll do is, when it's finished iterating through the file, when it's read the file, it'll move the file to processed, and then it's saying that it'll just fail silently on subsequent calls, which is fine, I don't care. Publish as is, that's fine. Okay, 1:54, and the Zap is live. Okay, so now we need to test and make sure it's done what we think it's done. Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it in the background, but it's doing it. Let's test it. I'm going to upload a couple more receipts. Hey, there it goes. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it took 2 hours, but we did it. Look at that. We have a bill successfully being grabbed from a... There we go, that's a clean bill. Everything landed exactly right. Attached. There's our attached file. Ha! How cool is that? All right, I'm pretty stoked with that. What other bills we got from United Strath Album? We got other ones? That means it works, right? That means I can grab some documents. I can snap some photos on here. I'm going to upload another set. Okay, so I just said I can see 2 runs delayed. This is a new run that's just triggered. It picked up my new upload, but it's still processing. Errored, that was the old test run from our earlier session that failed. Ha, that's wicked. So now all I need to do is take photos of all of these receipts that I've got. So I'll go and do that and I'll report back. Okay, just had a thought that I don't want receipts that are earlier than October 2025 pushed to Xero because I didn't have the company set up then. I only set it up in October 2025. So I just said, hey, one little update. If the receipt's before October 2025, I don't want to push to Xero. Can you update that? And let's see what it does. What's it going to choose for a version name? This will be interesting. Version 2, skip receipts before October 2025. That works. Okay, that's publishing. Right, I'm going to upload the rest of these receipts. Okay, here I am scanning in all the receipts from the last year or so. This is so good. I never have to do this ever again. So happy. Here's a receipt for $8.80 from Australia Post. It's not even worth my time. Sunglasses, $27. Okay, well that was successful. I had
21 items uploaded, and I've got heaps more receipts to go, but hey, that's a result. Happy days. Thanks for being with me. Tell me if you like this new format, and I will do more of them. If you've got a business problem you want to solve, tell me, and we can solve it live, maybe on a live stream, just like this. Thanks for watching AI Operator, new format. Tell me what you think. I'm Michael Pullman. Cheers.